5 seconds. Friends, I deem it an honor and a privilege to participate in this happy function. When I was approached for my consent to participate in this function, I readily agreed because it has always been a pleasant experience for me to meet young men and women engaged in the pursuit of knowledge and discovery. So I feel grateful to you for giving me this opportunity to spend some time in your midst. At the outset, let me wish you all a purposeful and happy life in the service of the country. Please remember that education does not end in your colleges, it has to be pursued throughout one's life. On an occasion like this, I cannot but think of our educational system, its needs and problems, strengths and weaknesses, or achievements and promises. There cannot be any difference of opinion on the significance of true education, but a debate is often raised about the individual and social aims of education. It must be remembered, however, that the relationship between the individual and the society is really mutual and complementary. In certain situations, greater emphasis has necessarily to be laid on the social purposes of education. Education has to be used as an instrument of social change. This is all the more necessary in developing countries like ours. The tasks which we have set before ourselves are as formidable as they are noble. We want to raise the standard of living of the teeming millions of our people. We want to assure a minimum income to each family or at least to each planned family. We want to create a new social order based on justice, equality, freedom, and dignity of the individual. We want to adopt modern science and technology and side by side develop a sense of social responsibility. It is the minimum needed for an honorable national existence. In implementing it, we can have no greater ally than education, which is the most powerful instrument of national development. What we need most urgently at the present time is revolution in education. The large scale reconstruction of national life which we envisage can be accomplished only with the help of an intelligentsia of adequate size and competence. Its size is important if an impact is to be made on the people as a whole. Its competence is of greater significance, especially in the modern world. But most important of all is its close affinity with the masses of the people. I am firmly of the view that it is only the universities which can provide the necessary leadership in this direction. Once they provided the right type of leadership, which they can, I am sure that all difficulties facing the country will vanish like darkness at sunrise. That is why the father of the nation used to say that the aim of the university education should be to turn out true servants of the people who will live and die for the country. How can the universities fulfill this heavy responsibility that rests on them? In my view, they will have to develop certain important functions for this purpose. The traditional universities had three main functions, namely teaching, research, and the training of leadership in a few select fields. Modern universities will have to continue and expand these functions to cover all walks of life. They should also include service to the community and adult education in their program. This is very important in all developing countries. From this point of view, our universities have a long and difficult journey ahead. They have to widen their scope to cover several new fields. They need development of teaching and research to ensure that every student acquires an adequate competence in his field and cultivates a sense of curiosity, a scientific temper of mind, and capacity to think and judge for himself. These steps are no doubt essential and important, but not enough. All university students, irrespective of their fields of study, should be given basic training in citizenship. It should include a study of the freedom struggle and the important provisions enshrined in the Constitution. Students should be increasingly involved in activities of social or national service. The idea of social service should be an integral part of education. I am glad that the Education Commission has now recommended that it should be made an integral part of secondary and higher education. I fully share their view and hope that the government will help the universities as far as they can in this respect. I visualize the establishment of strong extension departments in universities to look after such programs of community contact and social or national service. A beginning may be made where the necessary atmosphere exists and the essential enthusiasm and leadership is available and extended to all universities.